Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, yet again, depending on which part of the world you are. Today, we're not going to talk about the Bible, and we're not going to talk of Bible stories. Like as I said, we would have had this yesterday. I told us that on Tuesdays we'll be having Bible talks. Then on Wednesdays we'll be having a security guys tip. Then by Friday, we'll be having just general discussion on almost every topic that we can talk about. But we're unable to have what we are supposed to have yesterday, which is the security tip. So today we are going to look at, I took this out from my book, my personal security guide. It's a security guide's book I've written, it's been published. But I took this an extract from it for us to discuss together. And what I have to discuss today is harnessing the power of observation. The main duties, the general duties of every security person is his power to observe. How did he see things? And we told us that observation is different from seeing. You can generally just see things, but you may not observe what is going on. So when we talk of observation, we are saying that you are able to take in what you have seen, try to find the meaning, or try to find the layout of the situation about that thing that you are seeing. So you don't just see it, but you observe how or what it is made of. Those are the things that every security personnel should need to know. And since we are in this place, we are not security guard, but we are trying to inculcate in us a mind of security setup. What is that security consciousness that you have? So we are looking at power of observation, how we put it together. Now, one of the main duties of every security personnel is he goes around his area of operation. If it is a beat duty, if it is a fixed duty, he goes around sometimes a number of times in the night or in the hour, so as to be able to see what is going on. As he's going around, he observes whether this thing is not supposed to be there, whether a certain thing has been added to what was originally there. So we will look at, and it's going to take us to observe the five senses that every human being has. The five senses that we have. How do we use our sight in observing? How do we use our smelling in observing? How do we use our hearing in observing? How do we use our tongue to observe and to feel what goes around or what is happening around about us? We are going to discuss all of them one after the other. But today I want us to look at one particular area. That particular area is our routine duties. Routine. Now I'm taking routine literally to mean that something we do regularly or just used to, or let me use the word used to, what we are used to doing every time, every moment, particular time. So like a guide, for example, let's look at the security guard or a police officer or a particular guide. Now, what one of his duties is going about, like as I said, patrolling. As he patrols his beats, he takes everything he sees. But because of, what some security does is that he look at the time he has to stay on his beat, and he try to time himself. Okay, I will use 5 minutes to patrol there, I will use another 5 minutes to patrol this side, I will use another 5 minutes to sit on this place. Now he kind of put everything into a timetable in order to meet up with the time schedule he has for the day. And it may not just now be a security, since we are trying to get the mind of security set into our head, it may not just be for the security guard, but it might be to our individual self. We are set, or we are known to have a routine. Every morning, I wake up 6 o'clock, I do my prayer 6:30, I do this. You kind of put everything. So by 7 o'clock or 7:30, I'm going out of my house, and by so time, I'll be in the office. That is a routine that you have formed, a habit that you have already formed. And it may not just be ongoing, on doing everything. And sometimes we kind of put ourselves in a situation where we pride ourselves, saying, oh, I am always keeping to time. I am something, I'm a scheduler of time. Anytime or whatever thing I say that this is the time I'm going to be, this is the time I will be there. So people kind of like have a fixed mindset on what to do. And then now, you see, the criminal mind is that hardly they go into any operation or to attack or to steal or to do certain things without plan. If it is to somebody they are after and they want to go after him or his house or his property or something, they look at his routine. How does he operate his daily activity? When did he leave for work? When did he pass the route he passed? So they kind of monitor him. And since we pride ourselves of keeping to our routine, so they know when to come to your house, probably when they know you are not there, or they know at what point of the route they will get you at a particular time or in the office. So we try to see that do not always keep to your routine. You can deliberately sometimes be late, you can deliberately sometimes be early, but don't have a particular mindset. I know a lot of us will want to argue that, we'll say, oh, but that is African man time. Oh, yes, African man time in the sense that you know what we are, the society that we live now. So you don't have to fix your time, your timetable in a hourly basis, counting it minute by minute, not just for a day, but over time, over the years, over the months. You have been known to leave house by 9 o'clock, pass through a particular junction at so time, get to your office at about so time, and it has become a routine for you. So the criminal-minded person, the mind of the criminal, he watch you doing that routine and plan against you when to do. Let me just give a brief story. There was a time, I think it was back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, when we are still doing this law enforcement duties of things, we got an intel. The intel is that a particular lady, a cashier of a filling station, always passed by a bush truck to the bank. How does that be? The filling station is in this part of the road, and there is a farm behind the filling station, and just passing through that, there is a track. You can pass through that bush part and you get to exactly where the bank is. So it is the routine of that cashier to always pass through that track to get to the bank in the morning. So every Monday morning, what he does is to come to that place, to pass through that road. So, and these people have been monitoring him, and they got to the point that, okay, this is what we're going to do. Monday morning, by this time, we are going to wait for him. So, but by and by, we got an intel of their operation, and waited and stopped the operation, stopped the act from commission. By the time probably they come or they may not come, but we don't know. But that very day that we were there, nothing happened. So that is the difficulty, that is the danger of keeping to routine. So let us try as much as possible to vary our time of activity. Let us not be always predictable. Okay, the word I had to use there is don't be predictable. Like as I said, it's avoid as much as possible to be what? Predictable. A predictable lifestyle, routine lifestyle. Unfortunately, some people pride themselves as having a rigid lifestyle and discipline. This is a minus where personal security is concerned. You know, the bottom line is what? Break that routine. Don't always be predictable. Change it, even if it is 30 minutes late, 30 minutes earlier, 5 minutes late, 5 minutes earlier. Just change the way you do things, and you are one step ahead of the criminal mind. So that's what we're going to discuss today. By tomorrow, next time we come together, we'll now look at the various areas of observation. We'll look at how we can use our eyes, how we can use our ears, how we can use testing, we can use feeling. Any of those things that we have to look at in order to be able to observe and use it for our own personal security guard. That's the book I have here. It's called My Personal Security Guard. So you can get this book online anytime you desire it or you want it. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.